with reminding people to use the raised hand icon if they have a question. And with that, we will start with Brian Sandalo from the Chicago Sun-Times.
Thanks for making some time this afternoon, Ezra, and thank you, E, for putting this all together. Just wondering what the status right now is of Fede Navarro, Jordan Shaqiri, and Jairo Torres.
Jairo and Fede for sure out this weekend again, and possibly Shaq. But Jairo and Fede for sure we know will be out. And Shaq is also still nursing his injury, and he's not fully back yet. So we might be without all three of them again this weekend.
Okay. And then with Georgios Koutsias, again, if I mispronounced it, I apologize. What's his status right now?
His status, he's with the U19 national team. So once he's done with that sojourn, he'll join us here in Chicago.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Apologies, I'm going to go ahead and hit record before we go to the next person.
Recording in progress.
Next, we'll go to Jose Gudinho.
Hi, Coach. Thanks for your time. Coach, we now know that the last game, it was the coldest game in the club's history and the second coldest in the league's history. A lot of people are saying that with extreme weather, the league should consider postponing the game, or in this case, have the Fire's home game schedule pushed more into the summer or fall for the safety of players, coaches, and even the fans. And with your experience as a player, and I mean, you play in Columbus, and as a head coach too, do you see this as a home field advantage, or you think there should be some should have some changes in the league? Thank you.
Yeah, well, I think whether we play at home now or we play at home in 105-degree humid Chicago weather, there's going to be some problems. There's going to be some issues. So either way, but the issue with pushing, our home games for a later date is, we have a conflict. We're not the only tenants of that stadium. So there's a conflict with scheduling games then. And due to that, we don't want to have to push all our games into the summer when it could be hot and humid, where we're having a bunch of 3-7 or 3-8 games, because that's also not conducive to player safety. So it's a catch-22. It was cold, but it was cold for them and it was cold for us. So we can't make that an excuse. It's just the nature of the city that we live in and how it is and how the schedule works out from the league. So we're fine to play our home games in March or play them in July, September, what have you. But there are just conflicts why, it happens this way.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Joe Chats from On Tap Sports.
Hi, Ezra. Thanks, E. Thank you both for the time. When it comes to the team this week in practice, Ezra, has there been a newfound passion after the frustration of Saturday night? Are you seeing what you need to from your guys to bounce back in a productive way?
Well, yeah, definitely. We had a long talk. We usually have a reflection meeting every Tuesday morning and go over what, took place in the game, what we could do differently, what we did poorly, what we need to do better, et cetera, et cetera. But we extended it to a talk, a sit down where we just discuss what took place on Saturday. And, we didn't like it. It's the third time now, it's this time we didn't lose the game, but it felt like a loss to us. But we put a positive spin on it. And if anyone knows me, they know I'm a positive guy, and I'm always going to find the silver lining, so to speak, on every bad situation. So my point to them was, listen, we played a very, very good game for, the majority of the game, but we just, let ourselves down late in that game. And that's something that we can't do, especially at home. But if you look at the three teams that we've played, before the season started, everyone thought we would lose all three games and badly. But, barring, 1 minute of being a man down for 40 minutes in Philly, we would still be an undefeated team. So there's a lot of positives to take out of the three games that we've played. And that's what I kind of put the spin onto them to, because it's easy to, get down on yourself when stuff like that happens. But what I wanted to show them is that we have in all 3 games against very, very opponents who most say will be in the top 5 come, October, come playoff time, have showed well for ourselves, have been in all 3 games. And apart from that, being a man down in Philly, we probably don't lose that game and we still are an undefeated team. So the progress is there. And so basically just trust the process, believe in yourselves, shut out the noise that's coming from outside and just know that what we have going in, what we're building is headed in the right direction, because those were not 3 easy teams to play. And I thought we did fairly well in all 3 games. I should have won the last.
Thank you. Next, we'll go with Adnan Basic from Babel.
Hello, hope you both are doing very well. So you saw the back 4 on opening weekend. You went back to a back 3 against Philadelphia, and then you returned to the back 4 this past weekend. Is the plan to stick to the back 4 for the foreseeable future, or do you think you'll change things up a bit more depending on the opposition week to week?
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be based on the opposition and what they present as far as challenges for us. We thought going into the Philly game, going into a back 3, but mainly having 2 forwards was a better option for us, because we wanted to put some pressure on their back 4 and on their defenders, because we know how they like to play. They like to get the ball forward into your half and then press you. So we felt like if we could put some pressure on them, on their back 4, then maybe we keep the game in their half of the field, which we want to play in our front half. So it'll be week to week, and it's all tactical adjustments based on who we're playing. But we do have a preference of a back 4, but sometimes, to give yourself a chance, especially on the road, we need to tweak some things, and we'll decide that based on who we're playing and how they play and what kind of threats they present to us.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will go back to Brian Sandalo.
Yeah, Ezra, just wondering, obviously a lot of reflection on what happened against Cincinnati and then the couple games last year with the 2-0 leads. As you reflect, what are some things you feel like you could have done better to make sure that those leads turned into victories?
Well, I think especially this last one, midway through the second half, they went to 3 forwards. So they had Santos, they had Brenner, and they had Vasquez on the pitch. And we talked about, maybe we should go into a back 5, but it was still early in the game. We didn't want to just sit back and just absorb pressure for, 30 minutes or so. So I decided, we'll wait for a little longer before we kind of just drop back, if at all. But then once they brought Acosta in, they took Vasquez off. So now it's just Brenner and Santos. So we thought, okay, let's just, we're still in control of the game. Let's just stay in our back 4, 4-2-3-1, because now that third forward is off. And, so that was a decision that I decided to make based on the changes that they make. It's kind of a cat and mouse thing. But if you look at how the goals were scored, it's, it doesn't matter if you're in a 5-4-1 or if you're in a 4-2-3-1, whatever formation you have, it's a set piece where we just have to clear that ball. That ball was cleared right to an open man on the top of the box. So you have to mark in your box, especially the 89th minute. And you definitely have to clear the ball up and out of the box, not across the face of the goal. And then the second goal, it's just a bad turnover. We have guys making runs down in the channel. It's the 85th, 86th minute. We need to play that ball long, all right? Because we have options to go long, maybe take 30 seconds off in a corner. And we don't do that. We try to play through them, and we know about their press. We've talked about their press, how they score a lot of their goals. We showed them how they scored against Seattle the week prior, and yet we still try to force that pass in. They pick it off and they go down. And so it's just, formation change was something that we talked about, and something I decided not to do once they took that third forward off. But mentality had to be different and has to be different. We've worked on that the past couple of days. Just competing. Just you're a man up. I mean, you're a goal up. You're 2 goals up. It's 5-6 minutes to go. We're not just going to get beat. We're not going to get beat on this free kick. We're not going to get beat on this set piece. We're going to grab. We're going to pull. We're going to do whatever we can to make sure we secure this lead. So that's something that going forward, we hope to be better at. And from the sidelines, just continue to try to make the right decision based on what's going on in the game.
Thank you.
We'll go back to Joe Chats.
Ezra, quickly, is everything all right with Chris Brady? I didn't see him out at training, at least in that initial portion.
Yeah, he just took a knock yesterday in the lower leg, but nothing. He'll be back in training tomorrow. We just wanted to be cautious with that, but he just took a dead leg to the lower leg, so he'll be fine.
Wonderful. And if I may ask on a different note, looking a little more long-term, going back to last year, what kind of growth have you seen from Carlos Terán, both as a person and as a player over the last year plus since you've started working with him?
Well, he's matured a lot. He's a guy that, we need to be focused at all times. And I think at some times last year in training, it could be a little lackadaisical. But we've worked on that. He's more focused guy now, and it shows in his play. He's a very big part of our team. He's someone that we feel complements Rafa really, really well with his pace and his ability to make tackles and stuff like that. So just overall as a player, he's grown, and as a person, just he's a little more mature. He's a little bit more professional, and he's taking things a little more serious. But he's also one of those younger guys. I think he's 22 now, if that much, that has that potential that could be really, really good player in this league. But it's upon him to bring it, so to speak, every day. And just not wait until Saturday night at 7:30 to show professionalism or be serious about his craft. I think since we've seen him from last year to this year, we've seen an improvement in that, and it's shown in his play.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we will go last question to Hernan Espinosa.
Yes, Coach, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. How close is Alonso Aceves to make his debut? I wonder if you mentioned last time he is 100% sure in the team, and I wonder if you mentioned also that whoever you feel like is ready to debut or to play, you will put in him. Thank you.
Yeah, so he's trained with us now last week and then a couple of days now this week. So he's available for selection, and so it will be based on performance and training as far as if he steps on the pitch or not. But he's been doing well. We're happy with the way he's been playing. But sometimes it takes guys a little bit to get used to the different style of play within the league, get used to the weather, everything that comes with being from a foreign country, coming to a new city all alone. So we've been very cautious with that and make sure that we put him in a good time where, we give him a good chance to succeed. But he's been doing well, and he's certainly available for selection this weekend.
Great. Thank you so much, Coach, for taking the time. We really appreciate it. And
right.
Everyone else, we will be back shortly with Captain Rafa Czichos. Please use the raise hand icon if you have a question. And we will go ahead and get started with Brian Sandalo from the Chicago
Sure.
Sun-Times.
Thanks, E, and thanks, Rafael, for making some time for us this afternoon. We appreciate it. Just wondering, after what happened Saturday night, how do you guys use that moving forward? Is it a wake-up call? Is it a reminder of the importance of playing 90 minutes? How do you guys view that, and how do you use it moving forward?
It shows us that we have a lot of work to do, and it was really disappointing for all of us. It's like, since I'm here, it happened the third time that we give up a second goal lead at home, and yeah, this is not allowed to happen, especially not if you keep talking about being a playoff team and this is the goal for the season and all this stuff, then it's not allowed that you give up a second goal lead, especially in a game like on Saturday. I think we showed a good performance, and we worked very well as a team. I don't think you were able to see that Cincy haven't lost in this season, and yeah, but at the end it's only 1 point, and we definitely lost 2 points and didn't win a point. So we talked a lot on Sunday and on Tuesday about it, and I think today at practice we showed a good reaction. And this is what we also show on Saturday in Miami.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Adnan Basic.
Hello, hope you guys are both doing well. So Hendrickson was just here talking about how he's trying to keep the team optimistic, saying you guys are very close to technically starting the season unbeaten. How do you personally feel about the team's general start to the season?
I can tell you guys, I have a way better feeling with this team on the field than last year. I think we've been showing decent performances against very good teams, and there's no reason for us to keep the head down or to be, I don't know, too disappointed. It's still a long season ahead of us, and we drive, or we fly with a lot of confidence to Miami, and we want to make the next step in our process, and we want to finally win our first game.
Thank you. Next, we'll go with Joe Chats from On Tap Sports.
Hey, Rafa. Hope all is well. Ezra mentioned that Alonso Aceves is looking to be available for selection on Saturday. What have you seen with him, from him in training thus far, and why should we be excited to see him play?
Yeah, you can see that he's a very good left back. He's good with the ball, and defensively he's very strong. So I'm pretty sure he will help us this year to reach our goals. And it is always difficult for new players to get into a new group after the preseason, during the season, and there's not a lot of time to integrate them. And we're trying our best, and it looks like that he has also a good character. He fits very well in our roster. So yeah, like I said, I think he will help us this year for sure.
Thank you. Brian, do you have another question?
Yes, I do. Rafa, you're the captain of the team, you're the leader of the team, and then things like what happened Saturday night happened. It happened a couple of times last season, as we all know. How sick of this are you personally, and how, I guess, what kind of emotions does that bring to you as as the leader of the team, seeing that that the team has struggled to hold 2-goal leads?
Yeah, like I said, it's very disappointing, especially for me as a captain. I'm responsible for the structure during the game. I'm responsible for kind of the performance of the whole team. And when you're up 2 goals in a game like the game on Saturday, then it's really frustrating. And but I think we have a good team chemistry this year. So like I said, we talked a lot about it. We were honest to each other, and this is the most important thing. I think we found a good solution for the problem, and we are not allowed to let it become a bigger mental problem. So if we are scared now every time we lead a game, especially at home, then we have a problem. But I think because we talked a lot about it, and like I said, I think we found a good solution for it. You guys will never see it again that we not going to win a game when we lead with 2 goals, especially at home.
Thank you. Adnan, I see your hand is up.
Yep. So sorry for not asking a fire question, but I've been wondering. So you're a former Cologne player that's from Bremen, and at least according to Wikipedia, you're still a Werder fan. I hope that's true. With that being said, how weird was it seeing Cologne beat Bremen 7-1 in the first game back from the World Cup? How strange did that feel?
Yeah. Honestly, I lost with Cologne in Bremen one day 6-1, so that was tough. And to see that they got their revenge, yeah. One side of my heart was happy, the other side was crying. I think it was a crazy game for both teams, and yeah, but still both are playing a decent season, so I think they're still happy about it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Hernan Espinosa.
Hey, Rafa, good talking to you. I was wondering, a resume for the past game, the good performances of Maren, Brian Gutierrez, and Carlos Terán. What do you think about how they played last game? Thank you.
Yeah, especially for Carlos. Carlos is like my little son. He's next to me. I'm trying to help him. He's a big talent. I always tell him like he has a big future ahead. It's the same like with Guti, and both are very important players for us. I'm very excited to see Guti again on Saturday, probably, and also for Maren. It was his first start for us, and to play a first game like he did. It's good. It shows us that we got more depth in our roster, and this is very important for us.
Thank you. Adnan, I see your hand is up. Do you have another question? And it just went down. All right, next question will go to Jose Gudinho.
Hi, Rafa. Thanks for the time. Rafa, so, I mean, like we have talked about it, this is the third time losing the 2 points. Do you see this as a mental pressure for you guys? Like when you when Mueller Chris scored the third goal and you were guys up by 2. Was that something that maybe in back of your head thinking, oh my God, we can't have this happen again to us, like lose or 2 points advantage? Is that something that you guys think about it, or was just something that it just happened?
It's a tough question. Soccer is a big mental sport, and yeah, like we said, it happened before twice already. But especially after the third goal for us, we should have shown way more confidence, and we didn't. Then they put in Acosta, and I think with this substitution, the whole game changed. And yeah, this is not allowed to happen. I think especially at home when you're up 2 goals. You have to close the game. You have to score another goal. You have to finish it, and we didn't do it. And like I said, we talked a lot about it, and it's not allowed to become a big problem for us, or a big mental thing, because then it's going to be difficult.
Thank you, Rafa. We really appreciate you taking the time today to
Thank
speak
you.
with all of us. Have a great day and have safe travels.
Thank you.